Hey guys, TheRick here, bringing you another one-on-one with TheRick. Today is a very special guest. His name is John from KGTropicals. Now me and John have a special relationship. We like to take jabs at each other every chance we get, but it's all in good fun. So John, I really do appreciate you taking the time to do this video with me.
It's my pleasure, Rick. I've been a big fan of your channel ever since I started my channel, and I saw the first two videos that you did with Jacob and Joey. It looked like you guys had a lot of fun, so this is something that I've been excited about ever since you contacted me for it. It's a thrill that you would even want to do this with me, so it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
So let's get started with the questions. You, my friend, have one of the fastest growing fish channels on YouTube. What do you think it is? Is it the facial hair?
Well, you know, I do try to take good care of this, but it's kind of going gray, so I don't think it's with facial hair. You know, let's face it, this hobby can be very confusing and very frustrating. And you can become even more frustrated if you go online and you try to do some research on whatever problem that you might be having. I experienced that years back, where you go online and you search for whatever problem and you get 20 different articles with 20 different experts and 20 different opinions, and it can be something that can be totally overwhelming. And so when my channel became something more than just me showing my fish to people, when people wanted information from me and I started putting informational videos out there, I went with the common sense, simple approach. And I think that that is what has really been the thing that people have taken to. They know that they're not going to get any BS. They know that they're not going to get a bunch of useless information that they don't necessarily need. I'm not going to confuse them with a bunch of scientific terms that they don't even understand and I don't even understand. It's just a simple, common sense approach. I think that's what's done it. I hope that's what's done it, because I'm going to continue to do it that way.
My second question to you is, you came from being a creepy bald man in your garage to owning your own fish store and becoming an overnight sensation. How proud are you of what you're able to achieve?
You know, I'm incredibly proud. If you would have asked me a year and a half ago if I thought my channel would be to this point now, I would have said no way. Because back then I looked at channels like Joey's and Dustin's and Jacob's and Mark Bolton and a lot of the heavy hitters on YouTube, and I looked at their channels and said, there's no way. I mean, why should I even try? Those guys are light years ahead of where I am. So I would have never thought that my channel would be where it is right now. I'm still not even close to threatening those guys as far as, you know, taking over a spot in the pecking order for those guys, but I'm getting there. I think Joey is out of reach and Dustin way out of reach. Both of those guys, but you know, it's been a lot of fun, and I've been completely overwhelmed with what has happened in such a short period of time, so I am incredibly proud of that, and I'm very proud of what we've done here as a business too. Our business went from our garage, where I was the creepy bald guy in the garage, to this facility that we have now that is not a state-of-the-art modern facility, but it's something that we put a lot of work into and all of our money, and we're very proud of what has come as a result of that. So, you know, we've developed over the last year and a half a reputation of being people that take care of their customers and take a lot of pride in what they're doing, and for that I'm incredibly proud. So yeah, I'm a proud guy.
I want to ask, how long have you been in this hobby, and do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life?
I got into this hobby when I was 17 years old. I went to a fish store with my boss at the time. I was working for a cable company, and we weren't supposed to, we were on the clock, but we went to a pet store called Creatures and Critters in Woodbridge, Virginia. And it was there that I saw a silver arowana. That was it. I was then a fish keeper. I have kind of an obsessive personality. When I lock into something, I completely obsess over it, and so I did just that. I obsessed over arowanas, and I did the right thing. I went out and I bought a 29-gallon tank to put my arowana in. Yeah, I was 17. Come on, give me a break. So it wasn't very long before I had to buy him a bigger tank. But anyway, that's how it all got started, was a silver arowana. That's what got me into fish keeping. at 17 years old. I'm 39 now, so we're talking 22 years. I have not had aquariums every single year between now and then, but off and on the whole time. It's been something that's been in me since I was 17, and it's never let go. So the answer to your question, can I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? Absolutely. And at this point, I don't really think I have a choice. Can't walk away now. Fish keeping as a hobby and fish keeping as a business, absolutely I can see myself doing this for the rest of my life. I consider it to be something that you could compare to a professional athlete without the money. You know what I mean? Those guys are doing what they've loved since their childhood, and they're doing that for a living. I can say the same thing. I wish the money was the same, but it's not, believe me. So yeah, I consider myself lucky to do what I do, and I absolutely plan to do it for the rest of my life.
Now let's face it, Lisa is an attractive lady who loves fish. How blessed do you feel?
I am incredibly blessed. And it's not just because Lisa is easy on the eyes. We all know she is. Lisa, from top to bottom and inside out, is an absolutely incredible human being. And the fact that she is in my life, in my child's life, is something that I consider myself very lucky for. Now that all the sappy stuff is over with, as far as her being my business partner, I consider myself very lucky for that too, because she is equally as ambitious as I am. When her and I decided that we were going to do this and we were going to take it to the next level, we were both all in, and that never changed. And she might not be on camera as much as I am. You can't gauge how much work she puts in to our business by how many YouTube videos she does. Believe me, she puts in probably more work with this business than I do, and I get all the credit because I'm in all the videos. But you know, I'm lucky to have her in my life. I'm lucky to have her involved in my daughter's life, and I'm just a lucky guy. What can I say?
Now we know you love African cichlids. Is there other fish out there that you love as well?
Yeah, there absolutely is. The silver arowana, like I talked about earlier, actually all arowanas are something that I'm completely obsessed with. I don't talk about them a lot in my videos because I don't have any right now. If you watch way back in my first or second video that I ever did when we were still in the garage, I showed my two arowanas that I had in the 240 that has become kind of famous. They used to be in that tank. And I mean, I've always been obsessed with arowanas. Arowanas and stingrays, freshwater stingrays, are probably the two fish that are at the same level as African cichlids for me. I don't have those other fish right now. I haven't had them for a couple of years, and so I don't talk about them in the videos. But I'm planning on doing a video on stingrays in the coming months with a friend of mine, and that's going to be a blast. But yeah, arowanas, stingrays, and to be honest, I'm in love with all fish. I don't care if they're freshwater, saltwater. I just absolutely love them. I'm obsessed with them. It doesn't matter if they're guppies, tetras, Africans, South America. I don't care. I'm in love with fish. I'm in love with the whole world of this hobby. But if I had to make my list, it would be arowanas, stingrays, and African cichlids. And when I say arowanas, I'm not only talking about the silvers. I'm so jealous of the fact that Joey has access to the real arowanas, the Asians, the reds and the greens. Man, I wish I could have those. 22 years I've been in this hobby, and it's the same thing. Every year it's like, it's close. They're close to lifting that ban on trading, whatever, I don't know. I wish they would, because I've been dreaming about having those fish my whole life. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I'm into a whole lot of different fish, not just Africans, but Africans are kind of how we've made our mark, so that's what we kind of run with.
Now let's talk a little bit about your website. If a person's looking for a particular fish that's not on the site, are you able to order for them and work out a deal?
Absolutely. Usually, you know, if we don't have a fish on the website, it's probably because it's one of those fish that not a lot of people are looking for. Lisa and my business is a very small mom and pop operation, and we can't afford to have fish brought in that are going to sit in tanks for 6 months. We need to bring stuff in that's going to sell relatively quickly, or else we start losing money. And so you'll always find the more common, most popular fish. But when somebody's looking for that oddball, some kind of crazy Tanganyikan cichlid or something like that, if we have access to it, we can absolutely get it for that customer. We deal with some of the most reputable suppliers on the planet, including the most reputable African cichlid breeder on the planet. So if we can get it, we will absolutely get it for that customer. And yeah, we'll work out a deal. It's a deal that'll probably involve a deposit, but yeah, we'll definitely take care of them. We've done it many times before, and we'll continue to do it, because there's always that guy out there that's looking for the fish, and the only reason he wants it is because nobody else has it. You know, so we'll always try to help those people out, and we'll do what we can. We get asked that all the time, and the answer is always yes.
Now this question is very important that I have to know. Did you ever have a head full of hair? And if yes, when did it go away?
I did have a full head of hair. I think the last time I had one, I was probably 21 or 22. And it started going back, LeBron James style, Nicolas Cage style. Started going back and back and back. And you know, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's Mother Nature. I'm not gonna go out and get surgery and all that kind of stuff for it. I think it was probably about 5 years ago. I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. Walter White style. I'm just gonna let it go. Not a big deal, and I'm actually glad I did, because it's a lot easier to deal with. But you know, back when I made that decision, I could have said, you know, well, I'll just wear a white baseball cap, and I'll wear a blue golf shirt, and I'll do all of my YouTube videos wearing that same combination. No, I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just go ahead and take the hair off and just deal with it. And I mean, if that's what I'm known for, that's fine. If I'm known for the glare coming off of the light and beaming off of my head, that's fine with me. As long as people are watching the videos, I don't care if they make fun of my bald head. Not even you, Rick.
Are there any future projects or series coming to your channel in the near future?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there is. There's a big one. But first, I feel like I have to mention, we're going to continue on with the ones that have been successful for us. Tank Talk is very popular, and we're going to continue doing that. I haven't put one out in a few weeks because it's just been absolutely crazy here, but and KGQ&A, I mean, that series has just blown up, and I'm really excited about that. Those are going to continue. I'm not going to stop that. I think right now at this moment I have like 186 questions that are still waiting to be answered on KGQ&A, so I'm going to definitely keep going with that. And I'm going to try to get Lisa to do more, but she's scared. You know, what do you want? What am I going to do about that? I don't know. But what I'm really excited about, and what I can't wait, I'm going to give you kind of a little exclusive here. I'm really excited about a series that we just started planning a couple of days ago, I guess. You know, I've had this channel for a year and a half, 2 years, I don't know exactly. And I take it very seriously. I mean, I really do put my heart and soul into this. And you know, Rick, but people that are watching that have never produced videos, they don't know how much work we put into these. I mean, it really is a lot of work that goes into the preparation and planning for these videos. I take it very seriously, but the channel is getting ready to hit a huge milestone of 10,000 subscribers. It's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe a month away that's going to happen. And so as a way of celebrating that, I want to take the YouTube channel even more seriously, and I want to do something special for the channel, and that is to actually create a dedicated studio to film these videos in. Now, everybody loves me doing videos in front of the 240. Right now I'm in front of our 125, which is we have a bunch of fry in here. That's all fun, but what I want to do is have a dedicated studio, because you know, I'm sitting in my shop right now. This is a store. So I can't do videos when we're open to the public. I mean, as soon as I turn the camera on, it never fails. A customer will walk right in. And I got to stop, and I'm kind of embarrassed because I'm sitting there talking. And so having a studio like this, I'll be able to, when Lisa and I are here together, I'll be able to break away and go down and do it. We're going to do it in the basement of this building, which is actually directly below me. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually putting a big tank down there. I'm thinking 150 gallons or larger. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of fish I'm going to put in it yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've already got 2 manufacturers that are absolutely on board, game on, they're ready to go. that are going to help me out with this project. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about every single aspect of building this studio and setting up this tank. We're going to talk about building the stand. We're going to talk about everything, just like I did in the 240 overhaul series. In fact, I might even go a little bit more detailed with this. But I'm even going to talk about things like lighting and sound and stuff like that, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are doing fish videos and they might be able to get something out of that. I'm no expert in lighting, obviously, and I'm not an expert in sound, but you'll be able to learn right along with me. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get started. I haven't even talked about it in any of my videos, Rick, so you're kind of getting the exclusive. That series is going to be a lot of fun. It's probably going to be another couple of weeks before I actually announce it on my channel and put out some kind of a schedule. So I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to get started.
I have a series called My Top 3. So my last question to you is, what's your top 3 for African cichlids?
My top 3 African cichlids is not an easy question to answer because it changes all the time. But I think for the last month or so, maybe 2 months, I've had the same top 3. I talked about a top 5 on KGQ&A a while back, and so this is going to be a repeat of that because my list hasn't changed. My number 3 African cichlid, I'm going to use scientific words or scientific names so people think I'm smart. Protomalus steveni, Taiwan reef. That is my number 3. It's one of the prettiest haps you'll ever find. It's got every color in the rainbow. They're absolutely gorgeous. And another thing that makes me love them is that we sell a ton of them. So gotta love that fish, but it's one that I've loved ever since I saw it for the first time. So Taiwan reef is definitely number 3. Everybody knows what number 2 is. The Bucochromis nodotania, Buconodos. Love that fish. It's got a different shape to it, and that's what I like. I like stuff that's a little bit different. They get huge. I just got some massive ones in a shipment a couple of weeks ago, and I decided to keep one, and I put them in the 240. We sold one. We only have one left, but they are giants. They're like 8 inches. Absolutely love them. And my number 1 has been my number 1 for a couple of years now, and that is the Champsochromis caeruleus, the trout cichlid. I love it. I've got 2 of them in my 240. Neither one have gotten even close to their full potential yet, but I absolutely love that fish. They're long, they get huge. When I first got into this hobby, it was about Arowanas that get massive, so I've always been drawn to fish that get really big. And aside from things like the Emperor and stuff like that, and maybe the Malawi gar, which are fish that we can't even get, the trout is one of the biggest ones that you'll ever find. And so that's one of the things that really draws me to it. But they're bright blue and their fins are huge. It's just, love that fish. Can't get enough of it. And so that's my top 3.
Alright, John, I really do appreciate you taking the time to do this video with me and being a good sport about it.
Hey Rick, this has been a blast. I've had a lot of fun. Again, I want to thank you for even thinking of me when you wanted to do this series. It's a real thrill that you would call me one of the, what did you call it, heavy hitters on YouTube. That's a real thrill, and it's an honor, and I thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Alright guys, that's been another one-on-one with the Rick. If you guys have a suggestion for another one-on-one, please leave it in the comments below. And as always guys, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.